Welcome back to SpiritLifter. I'm willing to bet you like traveling and trying out new and different kinds of food. I've heard Thailand is a great way to kill these two birds with one stone. So let's try out one of the brews you're likely to come across on your hypothetical travels, or even just the next time you're at a Thai restaurant. Although currently embedded with Thai cuisine, Singha, like most Thai beers, is a fairly recent addition to the world of beer. Before the 20th century, there was not much brewing going on in the kingdom. The founder of the Boon Brewery, Praya Birom Bhakti, was a ferryman who needed a career change when the construction of a bridge disrupted his business. Bhakti allegedly first took to golden brews while dining with a German entrepreneur named Emil Eisenhofer in 1929. 4 years later, the Thai government granted a license to Bhakti for him to begin making beer, with construction of the brewery beginning in May 1933. In March of 1934, the brewery launched 3 brands, including the iconic Singha. Nearly 80 years later, Singha sees export and licensing all over the world, with the Schlossbrauerei of Au in der Hallertau in Bavaria supplying the German market. The export-sized bottle of 330 milliliters found in Germany sports the same iconic symbols as the smaller bottles sold in Thailand, most notably the golden lion and the Garuda on the neck. While the lion is undeniably more recognizable, the Garuda has a degree of prestige attached to it. For one thing, the brewery was only granted permission to use the symbol by King Rama VIII in 1939, after the company had proven its quality and efficacy as a viable business. With inspiration from Central Europe, this pale lager measures in at exactly 5% alcohol by volume. Although I couldn't find an exact IBU, German influences extend to the variety of hops used, which are the venerable Saaz strain. Singha pours the color most commonly associated with beer, a clear and bright gold. The aroma is grassy, with not much in the way of hop scent. The lack of smell contrasts with taste, which is surprisingly full for what looks like such a light beer. It is smooth and sessionable, which was a welcome feature for me as I was pairing my brew with one of my favorite Thai dishes, swimming Rama with fresh peanut sauce. I may have added a little too much chili, but it certainly helps to have a solid brew to bring the heat down just a bit. Thank you kindly for watching. Singha is perhaps not the most notable beer, but it provides further testimony to the argument that beer is a social phenomenon which merits our attention, even though it is often taken for granted. To think this all started with a Thai ferryman who had a bridge necessitate a career change. My point is, there is usually a story worth looking into, and I look forward to you joining me again for another one. Until then, Chayo.